का कंज्यूमर मार्केट बहुत स्ट्रांग और फैल रहा है और जीडीपी और जो पर कैपिटा इनकम है वो ग्रो कर रही है.
Seeing the manufacturing sector grow is a very significant step. The kind of ecosystem the government has created in last a decade, we are going to get the result of all that.
India's economic structure is beyond the stock market, it's beyond the listed companies and so on. It's a very deep economy and a very wide economy.
एक ये बहुत ही अच्छा संकेत है जो 7.8% से बढ़ी.
देखिए, भारत एक आत्मनिर्भर देश है. भारत का कंज्यूमर मार्केट बहुत स्ट्रांग और फैल रहा है और जीडीपी और जो पर कैपिटा इनकम है वो ग्रो कर रही है. तो भारत को जरूरी नहीं है कि वो खाली विदेशों पे निर्भर करे. विदेशी में जो आय भी जरूरी है, लेकिन फिर भी मेरे ख्याल से भारत सक्षम है.
आप और किस तरह देखते हैं जो टैरिफ बढ़ाया है उससे?
देखिए, टैरिफ बढ़ाना अपने आप में मेरे ख्याल से एकदम अनुचित पॉलिसी है. टैरिफ बढ़ना चाहिए प्रोडक्ट को देखकर, टैरिफ बढ़ना चाहिए एक दूसरे के रिश्ते को देखकर. ये जो ब्लैंकेट तरीके से टैरिफ को 25% करके बढ़ाया जा रहा है, वो मेरे ख्याल से एक व्यापारिक दृष्टि से और दूरगामी दृष्टि से गलत है. मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि भारत और अमेरिका की जो मध्यस्थता और जो वार्ता चल रही है उसमें इस पे रीजनेबलनेस आएगी और ये प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड होगा, ना कि अक्रॉस द बॉर्डर लाइन होगा. जो चीजें अमेरिका खुद बना रहा है पॉलिसी बेस्ड, उस पर ड्यूटी ज्यादा होनी चाहिए. जो वो खुद नहीं बनाते हैं उस पर ड्यूटी कम होनी चाहिए, जैसे भारत की पॉलिसी है. आज अगर हमको अपने किसानों को और डेयरी को प्रोटेक्ट करना है तो उसकी ड्यूटी अधिक है. आज हमको अगर अपने कॉटन के या ऑयल के बिजनेस को बचाना है तो उसकी ड्यूटी ज्यादा है. ऐसे प्रोडक्ट बेस्ड और लॉजिकल बेस्ड होगी तो मेरे ख्याल से जो उनकी ताकत है वो हम खरीदेंगे, जो हमारी ताकत है वो खरीदेंगे. वो दूरगामी और एक सोच वाली बात हो सकती है मेरे हिसाब से.
India's economy has once again demonstrated a very strong and resilience in this quarter. I think that this is the fastest growing economy amid the kind of geopolitical challenges that we are facing. And despite that, India's economy has really shown the resilience. And we are very sure that the economy will continue to do well, because the sectors in which it has outperformed is manufacturing, services sector, agriculture, construction. I think all these are very important sectors which contribute very significantly to the GDP of India. And it only shows, I would just say that it is the testimony to the structural reforms that the government has done in past so many years. I think we are getting the result of those structural reforms. It is the result of the investment in infrastructure. It's the result of the digital transformation that we have seen in our country. And it's the result of various reforms the government of India has undertaken in last 10 years. And especially after COVID, how we have taken some of the reforms, I think it is only the result of that. I think last 5 quarters, it is the fastest growing economy, and we have surpassed last 5 quarters. I think this only shows how strong macroeconomic indicator that our economy has. With 1.4 billion people, it is one of the largest market in the world, an aspirational society, and demographic dividend, the kind of young population that we have. We are a consumption-led economy. Therefore, even amid these kind of geopolitical circumstances, we have been able to do well. And S&P has recently upgraded our ratings. So therefore, I think that going forward also, there will be more reforms, like the Prime Minister has already announced the GST bonanza, which is going to come very soon. I think that with all this buoyancy, the kind of the reforms the government is coming out with, we are very sure that in the times to come also the economy will continue to do well. But let's see that after these US tariffs, maybe the third quarter could see some challenges. But however, I think the kind of reforms that we are doing, we will be able to surpass all those.
Manufacturing and services showed robust growth at 7.7 and 9.3 respectively. From your perspective, which sector hold the maximum potential to drive Indian
I think services sector is very, very important, and right now in our GDP also, services contributes around 54 to 55% to the GDP of India, and we hope that services will continue to do well, especially with UK FTA. We hope, we are very sure that we will, continue to do well in services sector. However, seeing the manufacturing sector grow is a very, very significant step. The kind of ecosystem the government has created in last a decade, we are going to get the result of all that. Make in India, which was launched in 2015, I think that we are getting the result of all that. And today, the kind of disruption we have seen in past 6-7 months in the supply chains all over the world, I think India remains one of the most attractive economy where most investors, they are going to invest. I think that we are very sure about the services sector, and we have more than 65 million MSMEs in our country. They are the backbone of Indian economy. With little support from government side, some more support maybe due to the headwinds due to this geopolitical situations, I think that government is able to drive these reforms, and we hope that we are sure that we will continue to do well.
India's economy grows at faster than expected 7.8. In June quarter, India's economy grew at faster than expected, boosted by the manufacturing, construction and service sector. How would you look at it? It's a good for the Indian market?
Yes, this was a time when the moods were slightly down because of the so-called Trump tariffs, and this is sending a wave of enthusiasm among businesses, trade, and our citizens that the growth is very resilient, and probably India is entering a new trajectory of growth.
Sir, how you see the numbers coming? It's usually...
Yes, I think the way the stock market was behaving and some of the corporate results, it seemed that the growth will be around 6.5%. So this is it's a very pleasant surprise, and it shows that India's economic structure is beyond the stock market. It's beyond the listed companies and so on. It's a very deep economy and a very wide economy. Of course, we have a lot of structural challenges still, but this is a reflection of how this economy is structured.
How would you look at this kind of numbers coming up?
You see, electronics, mobile phones has been playing its part. Over the last decade, we have transformed the electronic industry. Mobiles are crossing 5 lakh crores of manufacturing and over 2 lakh crores of export. Similarly, electronics is showing tremendous growth. The electronic foundational industries are being built with semiconductors and lithium-ion cells, etc., all of that. And the middle segment with the ECMS scheme which has come. So that is great. But what is most exciting is that agriculture has clocked a fantastic growth, which will be very good for demand in the festive season, because agriculture has grown 3.7%. Construction, services, it is a very secular growth actually. This 7.8% has a very excellent composition.
Sir, the American President Donald Trump putting tariff India's GDP growth is quite excellent.
So there will be some impact on some sectors. There will be a lot of pain. India is resilient, very resilient, and these sectors are particularly these are MSMEs. A lot of them are MSMEs. They will feel a lot of pain, but I think this is the time when all of India, Team India, trade, industry, bureaucracy, leadership is standing together, and I don't see a single person who's despondent. Everybody is upbeat that we'll take the challenge, we'll diversify our export markets, and we'll continue to work with the US to have a much better situation.
So my last question is to you, is India has to look after the new business options also, apart from tariff has been put by the US President Donald Trump?
Yes, we need more structural reforms. This growth is reflective of what we've done in the past decade, but we need more structural reforms. We need much greater presence of GVCs, global value chains, who have to produce in India and export to the world. That is one important structural change which is required. The second one is that we need to build Indian champion companies, and we are putting together a strategy paper on trade and manufacturing, which we will publish to the media in about a month's time. And it's a very deep research, and a lot of great thinkers and leaders are working on it. And I think that will also be very useful in policy making.
PM Modi is on the important with China and Japan. How you see it's a quite important visit in terms of the economy, trade, and other things and investments?
Absolutely, we are exports to China are very tiny. They are less than 1% of China's imports, and China is a neighbor. So it is a contrarian view because everybody talks about imports from China, import substitution, but China is a big market. We should make sure that we sell at least $100 to $150 billion worth of merchandise to China, and it is very much possible. Japan is a trusted partner. I think the Prime Minister's visit will further cement the relationship.
देखिए, भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था पिछले 10-11 साल से बहुत सशक्त होती जा रही है, साल दर साल सशक्त होती जा रही, और मेरे को कोई भी इसमें अचंभा नहीं हुआ कि ये इतनी तेज़ी से बढ़ी है भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था, क्योंकि अर्थशास्त्रियों का जो अनुमान था वो इस बढ़ोतरी ने नेगेट कर दिया है या उसको पीछे छोड़ दिया है, क्योंकि अर्थशास्त्री ये कह रहे थे कि ट्रम्प का टैरिफ आ गया, टैरिफ की वजह से सब कुछ ख़त्म हो जाएगा, ये प्रॉब्लम होगी। किसी कंपनी ने कहा 1% कम होगी, किसी ने कहा 0.2% कम होगी, कुछ विदेशी कंपनियों ने कहा कि 0.4% कम होगी। लेकिन मैं पर्सनली भारत की अर्थव्यवस्था पे पूरा विश्वास रखता हूँ, और हम लोग सभी जो चर्म निर्यातक हैं, आज के दिन किसी न किसी रूप में अपने डोमेस्टिक मार्केट में, अपने घरेलू व्यापार की तरफ, घरेलू बाज़ार की तरफ हम लोगों ने रुख कर लिया। इसकी एक और भी वजह है, जहाँ तक ट्रम्प के टैरिफ का सवाल है। अगर हम देखें तो एक अमेरिका की जो टोटल आबादी है वो करीब 31-32 करोड़ है, और हमारी आबादी 45 करोड़ है। तो हम ये कहें कि हमारी आबादी की वो 20% आबादी है अमेरिका की, और वो जो हमारी 20% आबादी है वो काफ़ी सशक्त है, उनकी बाइंग पावर बहुत अच्छी है, और जो बाकी लोग हैं, जो 80% लोग हैं, उनकी भी बाइंग पावर धीरे धीरे उसमें बढ़ोतरी हो रही है, और हमारी जो पर कैपिटा एक इनकम कहा जाता है वो भी साल दर साल वो उसमें बढ़ोतरी हो रही है जब से मोदी जी की सरकार आई है। तो मैं यही कहूँगा कि ये बहुत ही अच्छा संकेत है जो 7.8% से बढ़ी, और जैसा प्रधानमंत्री जी ने लाल किले के प्राचीर से कहा था कि भाई ये हम लोग जीएसटी का रिफॉर्म करने जा रहे हैं, सिर्फ 2 ही रेट रहेंगे जीएसटी के, और अगर ये सितंबर के आखिरी सप्ताह तक हो जाता है तो हम 100% श्योर है कि इसमें आप कम से कम 1 से 1.5% का उछाल और देखेंगे अगले महीनों में, क्योंकि कंज्यूमर की बाइंग बहुत तेज़ी से बढ़ जाएगी।